To start off with, could you please tell us your name, the year you graduated, and the degree you earned from the University of Michigan?
Sure. So, my name is Devashish Tiwari, and I graduated with my PhD from the University of Michigan Flint in December 2018. And I did both my DPT, post-professional DPT, and PhD from there.
Okay, awesome. And so why did you choose the University of Michigan for your PhD and your DPT?
I mean, first of all, University of Michigan is a well-renowned name worldwide, and it's one of the leading institutes in health sciences. That's number one. And number two, when you look at the faculty profile there, I think each and every faculty has a stellar profile. And then I was able to find my research interest to coincide with the research interests of my mentor, and I reached out, and fortunately, everything fell into place.
That sounds amazing. And I agree, that's how I felt too when I was choosing
Absolutely.
programs to attend. So, what was your favorite memory from your time in the program?
So let's talk about the PhD program. And one of my favorite memories was just when we started learning. So I realized that I was able to have a free conversation with my mentor, and I was really able to express my concerns and pose my questions. And the way he took things and explained them to me, it was really amazing. And I kind of said, I'm a really slow learner, so you got to be patient with me here, okay? So he's like, then you'll fit just fine, you know. So that initial ice-breaking conversation that we had, so I think that really set the tone of the program. And yeah, and there are many memories, but I think this one remains special because that kind of built the path for everything that we had.
I cannot agree more. I also feel like I'm a slow learner, or that it just takes me
Mhm.
all this extra time compared to others to just get concepts down. And I've
Right.
had professors here in this program just tell me it's okay. Like, that is totally okay. As long as you're trying, that's all that matters. And in all of my education, I've
Mhm.
never had professors say that to me. So to get that the first time ever in a doctorate program just makes a world of a difference.
I agree.
So, what kind of physical therapy were you interested in originally, and what are you working in now?
Definitely. So it's a great question. So when I did my bachelor's in PT, that is like way back, in 2004, I graduated. So like everybody else, I was kind of more interested in orthopedics. I wanted to pursue manual therapy and so on. But then when I joined my master's program, that's back in India. So the school that I really wanted to go to, I was able to get into pediatrics.
Mm.
So that's when I was kind of skeptical to begin with, that how am I going to deal with the little ones. But once I started working with the children in 2004, I fell in love with it, and I have been practicing pediatrics since then.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's one of the most rewarding jobs we can have. It's one of the most difficult and one of the most rewarding PT streams.
Cannot agree more. How did your time at the U of M PT school help determine your area of specialization?
I mean, my story is kind of a little different because I had already picked
Absolutely.
my area of expertise, but joining UM kind of consolidated my passion, and I got some additional knowledge in terms of neurosciences because I completed my NCS as well, and plus I have clinical expertise in pediatrics. So that kind of makes the knowledge pool a lot vast, if you will. So you can, because you see these kids and they will grow up to be adults with neurological deficits. So I think that beautifully kind of bridges that continuum, you know, from childhood through adulthood. So you can get an idea of looking through the lifespan with
Mhm.
neurological disabilities.
Yeah, that's such an interesting way to think about it because, in school, at least for us,
Right,
we learn kind of neuro as a separate class and pediatrics as a
right.
separate class. So to think of it as all like one cohesive unit is definitely something I hadn't
Yeah,
really considered before.
definitely. Because if you think of it this way, if we take an adolescent who had sustained traumatic brain injury, and this adolescent will grow up to be a functioning adult
Mhm.
and will still have the sequelae from the traumatic brain injury. So we kind of need to understand that transition process from adolescence to adulthood. So I
Right.
think that's where U of M greatly helped me to build that connection between the two things.
That's very crucial to realize.
Absolutely.
So during your time in the program, what was your favorite class?
My favorite class, I would say undoubtedly the quantitative statistics, because that is a subject I kind of feared the most,
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
everybody else.
I think so.
But yeah, but the amount of work that I put in and the learning that occurred, I mean, that was something transformative, I'll say. Uh, I'll be very honest and I'll say that, that's the class I worked the hardest in, I had the most difficulty with, but I remember the most from that class. And I
Okay.
still use it, I still apply it a lot. And yeah, we play around with a lot of software, stats, definitely. I mean, that was my favorite course by far.
Wow. I don't think many PT students will say stats was their favorite course, or at least at
Right, right,
your
right.
time in the program.
Yeah, I mean, this is that's a great point, Julia. So that's where we kind of want to build that bridge.
Mm.
Because if you're in a clinic and if you're reading a research article, so it is kind of important to know if they did the study right. Because if we want to take that intervention and apply it for a patient, we need to make sure that that intervention really works. And for that, we need to have very sound knowledge of statistics and infer that, okay, oh yeah, this is the right stat. This is something that I can use. This is something I cannot use. So I think we need to have more and more hybrid format, if you will, because we need, like the PTA says, we need to have informed consumers of
Mhm.
evidence-based practice. But I say that apart from that, we need to be active contributors to the science.
Absolutely. I know one thing that our program recently just started within the past year or two is that there is now a research club. So I think that's extremely
Mm-hmm.
beneficial too, especially with transitioning to when we are practicing as well and
Right,
utilizing
right.
research. So, who was your favorite professor or the professor that had the greatest impact on you during your time in the program?
Right. I mean, uh, every professor kind of had a very positive effect on me, and they all helped me to become what I am today. But by far, I'll say my PhD mentor, Dr. Bara Al Salahin, and he and I, we had a long journey together, and he by far had the most impact on me. And he taught me resilience. He taught me going into the details of things, and not be perturbed by small hiccups and setbacks, and he was very patient with me, and he was very supportive, very encouraging, and he was wise. You can say my friend, philosopher, and guide. So he had the greatest impact on me.
Yeah, sounds like a great mentor and how mentors should be.
Yeah, definitely. He's an amazing mentor.
So, last question. I know you kind of
Hmm.
touched on your career a little bit, but
Sure.
where has graduating from the University of Michigan's program taken you within your career? How did that change
Absolutely.
things?
Right. Absolutely. So I have now transitioned to the academic world from the clinics, and UFM has given me some deep passion, motivation, resources, and inspiration to become a better PT, a better scientist, a better educator, if you will, of all the experiences that I've gathered in all three aspects of the PT, that is service, your scholarship, and education. So I think that has helped me greatly to advance my skills in all these three domains, and that has made me a lifelong learner. My overall experience in UM has really pushed me to become a lifelong learner and just push myself, push my boundaries a lot more. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'll say.
Absolutely. That's a great response and good to know. Absolutely. So
Yeah,
that is the end of our interview. Do you have anything
wonderful.
else you would like to add or share?
No, I mean, I think we have pretty much covered all the points. But I mean, all I'll say is just keep learning, hang in there. Some days are tough, some days are not as good, some days are great. But
Absolutely.
at the end of it, you're in a very rewarding profession. So
Thank
yeah, keep plugging away.
That is great advice. So thank you. I really appreciate the time you took out of your
Absolutely, Julia. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.